Our special committed coverage of the Bilkis Bano travesty continues here on the Mojo Story. I'm Barkha Dutt, and today we'll be talking to Bilkis Bano's lawyer, Shobha Gupta. Now, as we investigate this case and get deeper and deeper into the Gujarat government's response before the Supreme Court, some new facts have also emerged. The Gujarat government has claimed that these 11 men were released to garlands and sweets for their so-called good behavior. But the affidavit shows two things. One, that both the CBI and the CBI judge were fiercely opposed to this release. In fact, the CBI judge calls what happened to Bilkis a hate crime and a crime against humanity. But we have also accessed since then fresh FIR, a fresh set of criminal charges against two of the released convicts, Radhesham and Mitesh. 4 offenses against them, including outraging the modesty of a woman. In fact, Mojo Story on the ground met the complainant, who, while these men were out on parole, she says are guilty of criminal intimidation, outraging the modesty of a woman, and trying to disrupt peace. So, this FIR is in fact not part in its detailed form in the Gujarat affidavit, and it is a new piece of evidence that we have uncovered. So a lot to talk about here. Let's introduce our newsmaker on the program today, Bilkis Bano's lawyer, Shobha Gupta ji. Shobha, for many, many years, has been fighting for Bilkis, and I want your responses. We know a few things now since the Gujarat government placed its response before the Supreme Court, ma'am. Of course, we know that the centre consented. We know that it took just 2 weeks for the centre to give its consent. But we also know that the CBI and the CBI Special Court judge were really, really against this. Your thoughts on everything that's happened so far, Shobha?
So when this remission came as, a shocker or surprise when they all came out on 15th of August, we none of us had any clue about what is happening around. Then there was complete silence about whether central government has given any concurrence. So much of the, in our public, there was an discovery being made. Like people were searching for what are the real facts. Now, only because of this affidavit, we have come to know, yes, there was a consent or the concurrence by the central government. But I did not see anything. Like I have failed to see any discussion, any difference of opinion with the opinion given by the two major stakeholders, and why the central government must differ. So the major stakeholders and the major players in this whole case were either Bilkis, the prosecution, and the convicting court, the trial court. Bilkis, certainly she is not agreeing to. Prosecution says no. Prosecuting agency says no. The trial judge says no. The convicting court. Now, where is in that one-page concurrence letter, where is that discussion and difference of opinion? Why the difference of opinion? Why they must be given the remission? And the concurrence should be given. I don't see any of the discussion there.
So you're saying the centre, in that one-page order from the Home Ministry, where a joint secretary gives its approval, doesn't explain at all how and why it's differing, both with the investigating agency, the CBI, and the convicting court, the CBI Special Court.
So to begin with, I was under the impression when I had a first glance of the affidavit, which was a bit longer one, I thought it's only a covering page. So I asked my junior, I said, just look for the whole of the documents. It appears to be this is a cover page, and maybe they must be having a detailed order or detailed opinion. He said, no, ma'am, that's like this. I said, forget it. I'm checking it myself. And there was nothing like this is that one page. So unless they are correcting it and saying, no, this is cover page only. This is a covering letter only. And we have a detailed thing still with us.
So you're shocked that this concurrence was given in just half a page without any explanation by the centre?
4 lines, apparently.
4 lines is all it took. How does that, you must have been speaking with Bilkis. We've, of course, been on the ground speaking to her husband, Yaqub. But before we play out a little bit of his interview, how is she doing?
They're scared, completely scared. Still very much worried. The daughters are very much worried. They were like, Why are we not taking up this case? Why are we not doing anything? We must challenge this. We just can't live with this remission. So there is like, they are one committed to the, that shock.
So if the daughters want you to fight again, and last time I asked you this, you said how much can one woman fight? You all must fight for her now. But now that her daughters are urging you to fight again, are you thinking of it?
Yes.
Can you elaborate?
So, I personally believe, which I have indicated earlier also to you, I strongly believe we as a society pursue this case. And Bilkis should be the last one to go to court. And there should not be the chance or occasion where she goes to court and says, don't do it again, or maybe the government cannot be allowed to do that. But if, there are facts which may be only available with her. Maybe because in the form of the judicial record, not everybody might be privy to it.
Yeah.
Then nobody has so far challenged 13th May order, which the court said the state of Gujarat would be having jurisdiction. And so many other things, like if you go through the judgments, there are facts which have to be disclosed. So I'm still looking to that she should not, like there should not be an occasion where she's actually approaching too. But yes, if need be, she should.
So this is very important, and I just want to underline what you're saying. You're saying ideally, given that she has now fought for more than 17 years, you would not want Bilkis to go to court. But if there is no choice left, Bilkis, as a last resort, could consider going back to court.
Precisely, you worded better than me, rather. Precisely.
Have you discussed that with her?
And not only Barkhaji, not only because of she fought for all these years, for also the fact that this is not her fight alone. This is not her trauma alone. This is not her pain alone. I, as a part of society, feel we all are pained. We all have been, if I dare say, cheated on.
Yeah. So I want to, we're of course seeing right now on the screen what the special judge of the CBI, Justice Yawalkar said. And he said the crime was committed only on the ground that victims belong to a particular religion. But I want to, as we see this, come back to what you're saying. All this while you have wanted to protect Bilkis from exposure once again to the legal system, because she's tired, she's exhausted, she's emotionally bruised. But today you're telling us that if it comes to it, Bilkis and you as her lawyer could go back to court if it comes to that.
Yes, because I'm sure the PIL petitioners would be filing their rejoinder, and they would be dealing with all the discrepancies and the illegalities of this remission. Would you believe the remission order is still not with us? This 477 pages still misses that last order, the 10th of August 2022 order, by which the state government has finally exercised the power to grant premature release. You have opinion by different authorities, agencies, stakeholders. The final amalgamating order, which says I have considered everything and I am of this view, I fail to find in this affidavit.
Yeah. So we may see.
There.
Yeah, but we may see. Yeah.
Now, when the judge takes a judicial notice of the fact that this is a hate crime, this is a crime against a certain community by a community, unfortunately, but that's the judicial notice of the fact, not an allegation anymore. And the kind of crime which was committed, where is even a whisper, minus two stakeholders, CBI and the CBI judge, where is the whisper about the nature of the crime, the impact of that crime on the society? When the superintendent Daho says, grant them remission, despite noticing for few of the convicts that they were late in surrendering after parole or furlough, that there were allegations against few of them.
Yeah. In fact, on that, can we actually play first for you an FIR? If we can play pictures of the FIR, this only part of this FIR reference is in the 477-page affidavit, Shobhaji. But actually, we managed to get the original FIR, and in the original FIR, you see that two of these convicts, including Radhe Shyam, whose petition it is that formed the basis of this revision, Radhe Shyam and Mitesh, while they were out on parole, they have been accused of 4 different offenses. This is not by Bilkis. This is another complainant. Another woman. And if you can just, there's the FIR again. And I think this is something you need to pay attention to, because this particular copy we didn't find in the affidavit. We sourced it independently. Radhe Shah, a released convict, his brother, and another released convict, Mitesh, are accused of outraging the modesty of a woman, criminal intimidation, breaching peace, and the abettor being present when the offense is committed. So 4 different dharaएं जिसको कहते हैं. And on the ground, my colleague Ashish Ramola met with this complainant because good behavior is the phrase that is being given for the release of these men. This is actually a fresh FIR in 2020 when they were out on parole. Just listen in briefly, ma'am.
मोजो स्टोरी की एक इन्वेस्टिगेशन में हमको पता चला कि जब ये लोग पेरोल पे बाहर आते थे तो इनका जो बिहेवियर है, यानी कि इनका जो व्यवहार है, वो ठीक नहीं रहता था. मैं आपको बता दूं, जो 2 लोग थे, राधे श्याम और मिथेश, वो दोनों पेरोल पे बाहर आए थे और उस दौरान उन पे 4 धाराओं के अंतर्गत मुकदमा दर्ज हुआ, जिसमें से एक धारा 354 की है, यानी कि आउटरेज ऑफ वुमेन मॉडेस्टी.
એ લોકો અમે સબ્જી લેવા ગઈ હતી તો લાલાભાઈએ દેખીને મને બોમ્બ પાડી.
मैं बाज़ार गई थी. उस आदमी ने बोला, आप किसकी लड़की हो? मैंने बताया अपने पापा का नाम. फिर पूछा घर पर कोई है, कोई बड़ा? मम्मी पापा किसी को भी लेके आओ, ये जो केस चल रहा है क्लोज़ कर देते हैं. फिर मेरी माँ को साथ में लेकर गए, कुछ वीडियो बनाई. जब उन्होंने बोला कि वीडियो क्यों निकाल रहे हो, वह उनको मारने लगे. फिरोज़ भाई अंदर से बचाने के लिए आए और वो उनको भी पीटने लगे.
બોલાવીને હુમલો કરવા તમે બોલાવીને છોકરીની છેડતી કરવા તમે બોલાવી એટલે ફિરોઝભાઈને તણેથી ને પકડીને માર્યા.
So this is our investigation on the ground. We've actually met another complainant, Shobhaji, and there are 2, as I said, released convicts who this FIR is registered in 2020. Strangely, the superintendent of police of Dahod, who by the way opposes the release of 2 of these men, doesn't make a mention of Radhe Shah, makes a mention of Mitesh. But the point is that good behavior is being cited, but 2 of the convicts are now facing fresh charges.
These are like, congratulations to you. You could actually find the FIR also, and please pass it on to me. But the fact remains that not only like this is the affidavit itself says the charge sheet has been filed in this particular case. The trial is pending.
Yeah.
So after investigation, the allegations have been found. Some substance have been found in the allegations. There are many complaints otherwise. Whenever they came out on the parole, and recently also one of the witness has made a complaint. Recently also after the premature release. So there is no dearth of these kind of examples when it comes to their conduct when they were released.
Yeah.
Bilkis herself, had in her statement when she was being examined and other things, there are ample examples of their conduct outside the jail. But the point is how much this conduct theory and the conduct fiasco is relevant rather. I keep on saying, assume they have become the saint of highest order.
That's right.
How would you actually consider clemency of this nature for criminals of their kind and the crime they have committed? Why would the government want them to come out to do another crime of this nature? I'm shocked, like why would on earth there is a need for giving them the clemency when they have murdered 14 persons? 8 of them were minor. The nature of murder, it is not you have shot dead 14 persons.
Yeah.
The nature of crime, they raped and murdered the women, 2 of them. The allegations were for 5 of the women. The trial court convicted them for 3 gang rape, but 2 of them were murdered also. And crime of this nature simply was no enmity,
Yeah.
right? They followed them for 3 days, so much so to the forest and killed them. Such a brutal crime committed. Which human being can have the audacity to smash a child on stone? A crime
Yeah.
of this nature and no consideration. There is not even a whisper considering this aspect, which is a mandate.
No, I think you make the correct point that even if they had transformed into so-called saints,
That's what I'm saying.
why is whether their behavior is good or not relevant? The Bombay High Court actually called what happened a massacre, while actually talking about a double sentence. Now, before I ask you my last question, I want to play out for you a clip of Bilkis's husband Yaqub speaking to my colleague Ashish on the ground. Listen.
देश के जो केंद्र सरकार है इन्होंने इनके साथ सहमति दी है। वो बात सुन के हमको ऐसा लग रहा है कि क्योंकि इतना वक्त हो गया तब तक हमको पता नहीं चला कि इसमें केंद्र सरकार ने सहमति दी है नहीं दी है। लेकिन अब उनके जो डॉक्यूमेंट्स जमा कराए मंडे में सुप्रीम कोर्ट में, उनके अंदर ही इनका जो डॉक्यूमेंट्स की बात आई, तब उनकी जो चिट्ठी निकली है, तब जाके हमको बहुत दुख हो रहा है कि आज ये देश के अंदर आज क्या हो रहा है। आप एक तरफ से देश के अंदर बेटी पढ़ाओ बेटी बचाओ और देश की नारी शक्ति को सम्मान देने की बात हो रही है, उसके पहले आप किसी देश की बेटी के साथ अन्याय करके आप एक ऐसे अपराधियों को छोड़ देते हैं जिसको सीबीआई कोर्ट ने भी मना कर दिया था और सीबीआई ने भी इसके अंदर सहमति नहीं दी थी। तो उसके बावजूद भी केंद्र सरकार ने उनको मंजूरी गुजरात सरकार को दी है, तो उससे बड़ी बात तो क्या होगी। तो आप
So this is, of course, the operative part that you've also raised, Shobha ji, that 4 lines, half a page is all it took for the center to explain why they did this. Last thoughts, to go back to what you said, that Bilkis Bano could go back to court. You were initially not in favor of it. But the reason I'm bringing this up again is one of the arguments made by Gujarat is that the 3 sets of petitioners who are challenging this release have no locus standi. And they are actually saying, why isn't Bilkis coming to court? Who are these people? 2 of them are affiliated with political parties and so on. So if that becomes a major issue in court, will Bilkis have to, even if she's exhausted, step up to the task again?
I don't think that locus would be an issue in this case. Each one of us, you, me, anyone else, everybody has a locus in this case, because the concern is whether the crime impacted the society, shocked the conscience of the society, it had caused a collective pain to the society. And each one of us are. Why women alone?
Yeah.
Right now, the BIL petitioners are all women, but why women alone? Are the men not pained with this? Everybody is pained with this remission, this premature release. Each one of us has a locus. I honestly, personally do not see legally that there is any problem when it comes to the locus issue. But yes, Bilkis is always there. Like, if it comes to this level that it is only she who can fight it out, she's certainly there at the doors of the court.
Okay, that is an important...
Only a step away.
She's only a step away, which means that you're already, in a way, leaning towards it, Shobha ji.
I am always on, rather. She was very much committed. The family is very much committed. You won't believe they're not literate people now. The daughters are, fortunately. But they keep a tab on this case.
Yeah.
Even on 18th, when the matter got over, Yaqub called me immediately.
Yeah.
He said, "Aaj kya hua hai matter mein?" So anybody else, believe you me, not even any journalist, he was the first caller to me to ask, "Kya hua hai matter mein aaj?" So they are very much, concerned about the fate of the case. And if it comes to this, that no, this matter, this remission order would survive, we would allow that to survive unless she comes, she's only a step away always.
Yeah, and that's important to know. It's of course sad that as you said, that she has to come forward and fight again. But she is ready. Her family is ready. Her daughters is ready. And Shobha, you as a lawyer who has also fought for many years, who must always ready. Thank you, Shobha ji. Thank you so much. And we'll be of course keeping a close eye on this case, and we look forward to seeing what happens in court. Take care and thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's great to see you here. Thank you for watching our work. If you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to click the bell icon and subscribe to Mojo Story and support independent, robust journalism.